Oh, hey, sorry. Sorry. I'm writing out some last minute notes. Welcome to another Let's Chat session here on T.N.T.K.G. As always, I'm your host, the Spider King. Sorry, I didn't see the recording button going. I guess we are going. Okay, in short, new Pokemon, and I wanted to discuss it because it made me legit have to write down multiple theories because it's that perplexing. So let's get to it. Let's get to this. It's crazy.
Hey, Jacques! Thanks for sending me that video. I think this might just be the Pokemon I've been hearing so much about. Trainers from all over have reported sightings.
I've got to say, Professor, I'm surprised Gimmighoul's showing up in your neck of the woods.
Gimmighoul? So that's what this Pokemon's called. Could the treasure chest it hides in actually be part of its body? It also carries the same type of coin trainers have been finding.
That's right. In Paldea, I've seen some Gimmighoul that hide in treasure chests, and some that don't.
The ones hiding in chests are new to me.
The fascinating part is, as far as I know, no one's ever caught a Gimmighoul that's not in a chest. The second you get near, they hightail it out of there, dropping a coin as they flee.
I don't think we've seen them act like that over here.
You know, there's actually an interesting story about Gimmighoul and its coins.
Oh, we're opening up a book.
There's an old, strange tale involving a mysterious coin. Once upon a time, a young girl was out on a walk when she picked up a coin. Clink! There's another, said the girl. Wait, what's that? When the mysterious being noticed the girl, it fled through a nearby door. The girl hurriedly chased after it and came upon a treasure chest. But the mysterious being lurked nearby, staring intently at the girl.
Creepy.
The treasure chest opened quietly, and whatever was inside
Don't do it!
met the girl's gaze.
Don't do it!
The girl put
It'll
a
steal your
coin
soul!
into the treasure chest. 1. She picked up another coin and put it into the chest. 2. Once again, she picked up a coin and put it into the chest. 3. Eventually, the chest came to be full of coins. 997, 998, 999. Huh? What am I doing with all these coins? The girl wondered. Now who or what had been so intent on gathering them?
Indeed.
What an intriguing tale. It might help us learn more about this Pokemon.
I hope so. It seems to suggest that Gimmighoul hiding in treasure chests don't move on their own. They just manipulate people into gathering coins for them.
On the other hand, Gimmighoul without treasure chests don't seem to manipulate people.
Look at the little walk.
Perhaps they're able to go searching on their own.
It's very odd for Pokemon of the same species to behave so differently, don't you think?
Since they're behaving so differently, maybe we ought to consider them separate forms. What do you think? Should we name them?
Good idea. Let's see. Chest form? Seems fair for the one that hides in chests.
That's very straightforward. As for the one that walks around, how about roaming form?
I like it.
So you've never heard of anyone catching a roaming form Gimmighoul in Paldea, right?
Yep, but out where you are, they don't run away? You said they just tag along near people who picked up coins.
Right. If trainers out here use that behavior to their advantage, they might be able to catch it. What an exciting research opportunity. Is there anything else you can tell me about Gimmighoul?
I'd be happy to tell you everything I know, and I'll do what I can to help you catch roaming form Gimmighoul.
Thank you. And I'm sure trainers will also appreciate your help. Now, about those coins.
Whoops. There's the bell. Time for class. Sorry, Professor. Gotta run.
Before you go, oh well, that's Jacques for you. Always dancing to the beat of his own drum. I ought to send him a thank you gift for his help with Gimmighoul. Maybe a nice postcard.
Okay, so that was our basic introduction to this new Pokemon called Gimmighoul. Pretty interesting little fellow, I'd have to say. I mean, hell, they're literally giving us 2 trailers now recently, which is pretty. Like, I'm assuming this is the new norm and the new standard now, to give us multiple trailers. Also confirmed, Pyroar. I mean, well, Litleo's already confirmed in there, so duh, of course it's confirmed. What I think I meant to say was Lycanroc is now confirmed in the game. So that's dope. There he is. It's just really adorable. Look at him. I'm bathing in coins. I'm Scrooge McDuck, bitch. Call me Scrooge McDuck. I'm really digging the music so far that we've been getting in these games. So, without further ado, here we have Gimmighoul chest form. And it's the coin chest Pokemon, a ghost type, which is kind of odd because it's like metallic sheen coloring does not throw off that idea that it's a ghost type. You know, your classic Greavard, that looks like a ghost type. But this, he looks like a little gremlin who obviously loves coins, and his little dowsing rod antenna prove that. He's about a foot, weighs about 11 pounds. Really? That little short little fella's about 11 pounds? That's kind of crazy. He has the ability Rattled, and this is what it says about the chest form of Gimmighoul. So, it hides in treasure chests and moves slowly. These Gimmighoul hide inside sturdy treasure chests. While this provides them with solid defense, the treasure chest's weight causes Gimmighoul to move slowly, making travel difficult. It's not uncommon for chest form Gimmighoul to be mistaken for an antique and taken home or sold at antique stores. That sounds like a bit of a problem. It's like, you will go to the store and find me more coins. Take me to the store, the antique store. I must capture more humans to control with my powers, which is what it does, because it's clearly a ghost type, even though it looks nothing like a damn ghost. So, and here's what I was saying just now. It controls people and Pokemon, making them collect coins. When Gimmighoul senses a person or Pokemon draw near, it'll ambush them, and then uses ghost energy to control the target, forcing them to collect coins because it often hides in warehouses, shops, corners, and other places people and Pokemon don't frequent. It tends to keep persistent control over those it does manage to encounter. That's kind of possessive and kind of creepy at the same time. That's worrisome, actually. Moving on to Gimmighoul's roaming form. It seems that Gimmighoul has a second form called its roaming. The kind of Gimmighoul doesn't hide in treasure chests. It's small, carries a single coin on its back, and can be found hiding all over Paldea. However, since they run away as soon as a person approaches, it seems not a single trainer in Paldea have managed to catch one. Pretty interesting. Sad, but interesting. The fact they know very little about it without even having caught it, like even though both forms seem to be the same Pokemon, just in different circumstances. Surprisingly, roaming form Gimmighoul have been spotted in the world of Pokemon Go as well. It appears that Mr. Jacques, an expert in the biology of Pokemon of Paldea region, and Professor Willow, who has been carrying out the research alongside the trainers of the world of Pokemon Go, have joined forces to devise a way to catch them. And please await for further future announcements as to this, because no doubt and I already read I got Pokemon Go, so I already read what it says. Like, you won't be able to do this event until like next year. So don't get your hopes up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna catch this little sucker. Don't. So I thought, after introducing that, I go over a few quick theories, because this Pokemon legit, I kid you not, had me thinking way outside the chest. Not the box, but the chest. It had me thinking outside the chest big time. So I want to start off with first saying, my first note, Gimmighoul is definitely based off a mimic from D&D. I mean, look, this, it's legit. The belt holding the whole chest together is like a tongue, so you tell me. You tell me if any of that seems valid. So, my next little thought is Gimmighoul and Meltan were both, they're legit. You could say they're one and the same coin, because both are Pokemon Go exclusives, and both can only be caught in Pokemon Go. Kind of an odd thing. Meltan can be found inside of a chest once you've unlocked the chest, and they just start pouring out or coming to the chest in droves. And by all means, that's a weird coincidence that we got two, Pokemon Go exclusive Pokemon. I don't know what, this is a big, bold move, and it's interesting, but also weird. Another thing to note is, along with my little notes right here before I go on to more notes that I get put down on my phone, is that this Pokemon was found literally yesterday by data miners who just so happened to go through Pokemon Go's files and just say, hey, here's a new Pokemon. Here you go, guys. That's... I told a friend of mine, that's just sad. It's interesting and sad at the same time, and it should not be. But I have no complaints about Gimmighoul. Well, when I first saw it at first, I'm like, this dude looks like freaking Gray Matter from Ben 10. But in all honesty, it's cute. I can't harp on it being ugly, oh my god, it's so ugly. No, it's just okay. It's just alright. So, let me read a few more of my theories. I'll try to go through them as fast as possible. So, I think Gimmighoul, the chest form only, that's pretty strange, standard. You can only catch it in Paldea. Understood. Roaming form in Scarlet and Violet, I think, here's a theory of mine. I think that they're meant to help you find coins to help the chest form evolve. Hence why, in that little story they were mentioning, one Gimmighoul was hiding, while at the same time guiding the little girl to find these coins. So maybe in some weird pseudo way they were two Gimmighoul's of different forms work together to help each other out and change forms. I mean, it's a theory. I mean, maybe the roaming forms go out in search of coins to bring back to the chest form. And then once the chest form is ready and has about 999 coins, it'll evolve but leave behind a chest, kind of like a hermit crab does, when it outgrows its shell and needs to find a new shell. A pretty interesting theory, and I think it might have some merit and some weight to it. Another thing I thought of was, I basically said that it's quite possible they have different forms and different forms of evolution. For this one, in Paldea, it evolves naturally. But in Pokemon Go, with roaming form, it might evolve into something completely different. We don't know, because, you can't catch Gimmighoul in Paldea. Roaming form, you can't catch them, as mentioned, but you can catch these. So, they might have different forms, yes, and also different form evolutions. Another thing that might hold some actual merit and some weight. I kid you not, I spent the entire day, not the entire day, but I spent the entire time I was at work coming down with these thoughts because this Pokemon made me think that hard. Don't take that out of context. I mean it. Anywho. So, okay, yep. I mentioned how Gimmighoul and Meltan are kind of similar. They're similar in a lot of ways because you have to get 999 coins to make this thing evolve. That was clearly obvious. In Pokemon Go, when you get Meltan, you have to keep catching them until you have 400 candies, the equivalent of having that many Meltans together to get Melmetal. So that makes sense. I get that. Okay. Essentially, my next note was that Gimmighoul being an exclusive in Pokemon Go makes a lot of sense. Like the roaming form in Pokemon Go makes sense because your character in that game is always walking, always searching for new mysteries. So it makes sense that in that version of, I guess you would call it a game, they're not the same games, but in that iteration of Pokemon, it makes sense because you're always in search of new things. Let's see. I'm sorry to keep you in suspense. I'm just making sure I'm reading my notes right. Okay. So yeah, essentially, my next docket is maybe roaming form can be caught in Pokemon Go. I mean, once you've collected 999 coins in Pokemon Go, maybe it'll evolve differently than it does in Scarlet and Violet. Hell, I even came up with multiple theories. My first theory is, which I've already kind of touched on during this whole rambling, is that roaming form go out in search of coins and bring them back because they obviously manipulate people. And yeah, like I said, I mentioned it, like okay, no, so I've already mentioned this, so ignore that theory. Dear God, Spider King's rambling a lot. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just excited because these theories, man, these theories are crazy. Okay. So my second theory I didn't mention is the Gimmighoul in also in Pokemon Go. I essentially think they help you search for coins to help them evolve in Pokemon Go. So that way there's a different form there. Yeah. And that's what I basically got. I know, a lot. Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, how much has Spider King been thinking about this and got to explain to get to his point? That's it. I'm done. Because I need to take a breather and my brain needs to stop producing steam. So I hope you enjoyed this rambling session of Let's Chats here on T.N.T.K.G. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell. And join me here next time when I won't be as rambly. I'll see all you dudes and dudettes in the next installment. Bye for now.